Yesterday, remember, we showed you the story of Stuart, Maue, local balloon sculptor who has been making a whole career out of this, and he stopped by this morning with
a new
with
reporter.
Your latest creation. Yes,
the balloon Chris.
Yeah, this is Chris Davis, the reporter who was on this story. How long did that take you to make?
About 45 minutes. The lecture for the camera.
Uh-huh.
Probably about 50. Probably about an hour or so.
That's
really?
Amazing. For our viewers who didn't have a chance to see the story yesterday, or just kind of recap, tell us exactly your journey, kind of where you started and where you are now.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the Midwest. I moved to Austin about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was a pizza delivery boy. I was working on some entrepreneurial projects, but as Austinites know, that's not always as secure as you want. And so I was a pizza delivery boy to kind of survive. And to make better tips, I would make balloon roses on the way, and my tips were through the roof. Just kind of realized that if I just worked off of tips instead of delivering the pizzas, I could do a little bit better. Went to an event, I pulled in $5 grand in 10 days, and I was like, this is how I'm going to spend the next couple of years. All right. So after a little while, I started kind of looking at what the best in the industry did, kind of copied and pasted, copied their business model, and I blew up.
Literally. Literally. Now, you were living in a hammock at one point?
I was, yeah. So one of the things, I originally had an apartment, but it's really expensive to live in Austin, and Lake Travis is really pretty. So I started, down on Lake Travis is Windy Point Park. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'd set up a hammock every night. I'd go to shower, go to the gym and take a shower. Yeah. And it didn't feel like I was homeless. It felt pretty great, actually. I was pulling in decent cash toward the end, but originally it didn't start that way.
That's amazing.
So now you're doing, like, you did a big display for the Bell County Comic Con. You're doing this all over. How much do you spend in balloons a year? Do you know?
It's enormous, actually. So last year, I think all told, we spent about $30,000 in balloons.
Holy
just balloon
moly.
cost alone.
Yeah. Do you buy bulk?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I buy them all the way from South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
I think I was one of the largest non-wholesale purchasers in the country last year.
Well, before we go, tell us what is next for you. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, so the next stage of the business is actually teaching other people how to blow up themselves. So my story is great. I've made it pretty far, but I want to be able to kind of share that. So I'm going into high schools and actually organizations as well, teaching them how to take their tools and their talent within their organization and give it the twist they need to blow up. So it's all about adding value and connecting with the skills that you have.
Do you have like a favorite creation that you've made? What was the most complex for you?
Yeah, I love the dinosaurs. Yeah, they always take around 20 hours to install, and they're just hundreds of balloons. They get the biggest impression. A lot of people like the houses, like the gingerbread houses and stuff in the wintertime. It's been a blast. Yeah, and the people, obviously. The people are the easiest way to connect with people that you're trying to.
Well, you make it easy for us to connect with you. So thank you for everything that you do and for bringing the smile to so many faces out there.
I appreciate it.
From kids to adults.
Thanks,
Stuart.
much.
You can watch his story right now on KXAN.com as well.